So what's going on here? I mean, I saw the polls. We put these up earlier, and I did them this morning as well. 70% of the people 18 to 34 that are likely voters in America, 70% reject Joe Biden's handling of the situation in Gaza because he supports Israel. At what point did we start supporting terrorists in this country? At what point did we teach children that it's okay to do this? At what point did we say it was okay to surround the DNC headquarters and try to attack the building with 10 members of Congress inside? When did we say this was okay?
Well, I'm glad you put it the way you did, and it's almost a terrorist sympathizers, and I really do believe that this is a result of decades of anti-Western education, not even anti-Semitic, but it's really anti-Western, anti-imperialism education that our children are getting in K through 12. We have reports of, a student in Virginia not being able to have the American flag on their truck because it's a distraction. And then you take it all the way to pre-education in Louisiana, where they're focusing on teaching children how to identify oppressors and oppressed and how that plays a role in the founding of our country. Again, when you consider what the tragedy of what's happened, really we are seeing our public education institutions being weaponized to really prop up radical terrorist-like sympathizers that we're seeing versus understanding the foundation of this country and how it compares to the rest of the world and why these freedoms are so unique.
Yeah, this country was founded on Judeo-Christian values that the people that are attacking America and insult America and kneel for the flag and all these other, acts of activism reject. They think America's a terrible place based on racism, all this other nonsense, which is exactly that nonsense. Bridget, how do we change the trajectory here? I mean, we've got to start teaching kids the truth about the fact that there never was a Palestine. There wasn't. You don't have to hate me for it. I'm the messenger. There were the Philistines, and there was Israel, and there were all these other parts in the British Mandate and all these different parts of history. But never was there a Palestine. And it should tell these young people, it should be instructed, that none of the neighbors of Gaza or those are willing to take in the Palestinian refugees. They don't want those folks in their country. Why? Because they consider too many of them to be dangerous. That's the bottom line, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's so important. Again, it's so important when we talk about what kind of education our children are receiving. We do need to make sure we're teaching our children real, factual, accurate history at an age-appropriate level. Otherwise, they start to follow whatever's happening on social media and then jump at the newest trend to go protest, like you said, and pro-Palestinian and having that they have no concept of how serious they are and what they really mean. And actually, it makes me more disturbed when you consider these extreme views being so vocal and so they're so proud to hold them. When you consider the current state of affairs at a global level and where America finds itself, we have 2 generations worth of children or young adults now that really have been, again, educated with an anti-American lens. And I fear that we are going to be looking at potential global risk of fighting on 3 different fronts, with the youth of America having no real desire of understanding what the principles of this country are and their willingness to fight. It really creates a true security threat when I consider, and I believe our education institution has put us there.